Alright guys, time for another comic book review from that was sent to me by my good friend Chris. Chris, thank you again for sending me these comics. And today we're going to be reviewing The Shadow Now. So The Shadow Now is from Dynamite, of course. And this is a 6-issue miniseries by David Liss, who, while most of you may not, a lot of you guys on here may not know David Liss or his work, I know him because he wrote something that Chris, funny enough, sent me as single issues that I really enjoyed called The Spider, which was a classic noir character that David Liss had written, and it was so much fun. The Spider was a great comic, and this is him writing The Shadow. So The Shadow Now, what is it? So The Shadow Now is basically a 6-issue miniseries that basically, what it is that Lamont Cranston has been gone for decades. He's been in he's been living in Shambhala, for decades, and he's learned a technique to make him to slow his aging exponentially. So now he's returned to a modern day New York to deal with modern day crime, and he is on a warpath, and he's not alone. He now has like a network of all of his agents, family members, who now serve him. It's the problem is that the Shadow does, while Cranston does have all of that, there's a bit of a problem. His arch nemesis Siwan Khan has broken out of prison, destroyed his network, but had one of his agents betray him, and is now uniting all the gangs under him, and also has his psychotic granddaughter working for him. So now Cranston is now without anyone except his lover Margot Lane's granddaughter, which is not his granddaughter, so it's not weird. I mean, it is still weird, but not like incest weird. So, what did I think of this comic? What did I think of The Shadow Now? Well, I really love The Shadow. I really did. He's a character I always enjoy reading, and I would love to read more Dynamite books with him. This comic is basically does a lot for 6 issues. Like this, I feel like Liss wanted to write more for this comic. Like there is a clear sign that he wanted to write way more story in this book. I think like he wanted to make it like a 12-issue story. Like he definitely wanted to write a 12-issue book, but the problem was he wasn't given that option. Like he was just not given the option to write a 12-issue and had to cram everything into 6 issues. So that's kind of something we run into, is that we have a massive story told to us in 6 issues, and they basically hit the ground running. Like it's not even like, oh, Cranston's come back. No, he's already been doing this. Like he's already being the Shadow in modern day times. Like he is basically being the Shadow, and he's been at the Shadow for months in modern day New York, and he's got the network, he's got everything, and it's basically going at a breakneck pace. Like just it is just move, and you need a moment to like catch your breath. Also, they do the whole thing of like Cranston hasn't been in modern society for a while, so he's a little behind the times. Yeah, they do that shtick, but thankfully it's not totally egregious. I really did like. There are some great moments in here. Seeing the Shadow just completely slaughter his way through several people is always fun. I also like how, like, even though the Shadow is living in an era that is beyond his time, like, he's still, like, a force to be reckoned with. Like, he is still, still, like, a dangerous, he's still, like, this dangerous opponent, and is still, like, almost treated like a monster in the night. Like, just like a boogeyman, essentially, and to criminals. And I really do like that. I really do think that's a cool angle to go with him. The artwork by Colton Worley is a little off-putting because it's kind of that painted, like all the faces and everything feels static. It took me a moment to realize who's who. Like, it took me a while to realize, okay, so that's Cranston, without the costume on. Okay, he kind of looks like Mr. Burns, I'm not gonna lie. So the artwork is but I think Alyssa's artwork, for its own worth, I think is done very well. If you are a fan of The Shadow, I would say give this a shot. Definitely check out, give this a shot. This is definitely a comic that you could see done as a movie, really. Like, if they wanted to do a movie based on any storyline, I would say The Shadow now. You don't have to update him. You don't have to... Well, he's already updated. He's just a man out of time, and he's battling his arch nemesis. This is really feels like it could be a movie pitch, honestly. But if you're looking for, like, other Shadow stories, I would say check out, like, the other comics that came out before this. This is not a good... I wouldn't say this isn't a good jumping-on point. But other than that, I would like to thank Chris once again for sending this comic to me. Other than that, you guys tell me in the comments below if you've read this. Let me know what you thought of it. And other than that, hope you all enjoyed this review. Don't forget, if you haven't already, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon for exclusive content. And if you hit the 4th tier, you can send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.